character creator I have ever seen. Slide bars for everything. And so I spent hours sitting there making my character perfectly exactly what I wanted it to be. And then I hit the button to go into the game, and you don't have an avatar whatsoever. All it was is it took a headshot of your character that you just created.
Oh God.
Star Wars Galaxies online, you got to like adjust like everything, and
Yeah,
you
it's
could
pretty
spend
decent.
forever, but
Yeah.
at least it was full body,
Mhm.
even down to makeup.
Yeah. Well, that was the Star Trek online. You could, like I said, you could literally create uniforming for like your fleet and everything, colors, tweaking colors. You had from the next or the original series to Next Generation. I mean, all that stuff, and they were like, yeah, we were like, okay, so they're an ensign, they're going to be this. Da, 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 da. I mean, 7 hours drinking and bullshitting online. Designing freaking clothes, grown adults. Gotta love it. In a computer game. Military people at that.
I say, because if I could do my designs, man. Ooh.
Like, no, that trim color doesn't go good with that setup. So let's change that trim color. Let's try this one. No,
I know.
no,
I've spent forever on Hero Forge.
Oh yeah.
Customizing minis.
Mm-hmm. Just something else. All right, now what's the word?
So hopefully this helps.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Oh
yes,
yeah.
I can.
Okay. No
sure
fun
can.
when all of a sudden you're talking and then everything goes dead quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, very weird because it's like, well, Kelly's still there, so
I totally think she's kicking the router under her desk and disconnecting me. I totally am blaming her on that.
turning off the Wi-Fi button. Dink.
Okay, so what is the plan?
Well, who has the best? I guess it would be Underworld. I have 2 yellow. Basically to see where the best place would be to fence this type of thing.
I have 2 green.
I have a yellow and a green and -2 black.
Okay, so -2. Well,
yeah, because
it's pretty good.
That might help because you might throw black in, being that it's Forcey
Jedi
stuff.
Jedi stuff. So yeah, you probably are the best. But
we combine.
If we combine
together. I love that.
And you do know that
token.
Your brother had a client already lined up.
Okay, well, yeah.
If you recall, he had a hut that's looking to buy this stuff.
Yeah,
but it's a hut.
And it's the same people that was being used by the group, right?
Yeah, but it's all whoever gets the product to market first that gets the money.
What is this, Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, but that kind of looks sus when you say, oh, shit, there wasn't anything. But, oh, wait a minute. These people just sold us a bunch of shit before you got here from Sith Temple. So, if we can maybe make a good roll and have an idea of a new market that might be better.
I mean, that's totally up to you guys. I mean,
yeah.
If that's what you're wanting, I can totally set the difficulty for that.
Yeah.
And rare Jedi antiquities that you're looking to sell?
Well, 4C stuff, yeah. Whatever you want to call it.
And are you looking for proper value or just looking to move merchandise?
Yeah, go ahead.
You were kind of friends with that one wealthy dude who liked to collect Jedi and Sith antiquities and had a Jedi and Sith friend, he might be a good starting point.
The one we met in Corellia?
Yeah, the party dude.
Or no, Corellia?
Coruscant.
Coruscant, that's it. I know it was one of the C ones. He was the one that we got the Nerfurter meat for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could always. But of course, we'd have to go back to Coruscant.
Isn't somebody there also who we had the Sithy delivery that we screwed over?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't want to go back there, but you could maybe raise him on comms and see if he can give us a contact. Jim might reduce the difficulty for having someone who has some advanced knowledge in the area. Yeah.
So is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, I will go ahead and give you a free upgrade for your connections because that's the whole point of having them. Who is helping who? So what do I need to add to the dice pool?
So I will help Uma because she's 2 yellow. So I will add the 2 blacks by helping her. Yes.
You mean take
2
them
minus
out?
blacks? Yeah.
Minus blacks, yeah.
Okay. Is that going to add any greens or anything?
No, I'm just a yellow and a green, so...
Okay, so it's adding a blue and taking the blacks out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a free upgrade there.
Okay.
And a free upgrade there. How did we have such a small destiny pool?
I don't think everybody...
No, you all rolled single digits.
I know, yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll either negotiation or streetwise.
Oh, we're gonna do negotiation.
Oh,
Okay.
is it negotiation? I thought it was Underworld.
Yeah, it is Underworld.
Yeah, that's location.
I'm better at negotiation. All right.
Well, you're gonna need negotiation. You just need to find who you're selling to first.
Yeah.
Okay, so then are we ready for the Underworld?
Yep.
Hold it. You said I could do Underworld or Streetwise?
Just go with the Underworld. Just
Underworld's
focus on
location.
Underworld. Yeah.
Okay.
Streetwise is a little different.
All righty, here we go. Shh.
So you do find a vendor. Now, what would you like for those advantages?
Upgrade to my negotiation.
Upgrade to your negotiation. Okay, so thanks to your buddy back at, the core of the Republic, he totally has a list of people to send you to, and you basically check the list out, and you're like, this looks like a rich son of a bitch that'll buy these things for more than they're worth. And you find this nice, wealthy Duros. The blue guys with the red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be confused with Thrawn. Who is definitely interested in what you're offering. And what exactly are you bullet pointing as your items that you're selling?
Okay, guys, what are you giving up? Of the items that we picked up, what?
A Sith pain harness.
Ooh.
Is there just one?
Yep.
Okay.
What else?
Wonderful, wonderful. I can wear it while watching my holovids.
I don't remember what all we got. I mean, I didn't.
I know. I don't remember what we got. I know that Janan got a crystal and Alina got,
And your brother
jewelry.
was busy filling his satchel with different various things that are worth a nice pretty sum as antiquities of the Jedi.
Yeah, and so whatever's in his sack, because I would have taken it.
Of course,
Damn.
Single one of them is truly anything significant.
Yeah, because I thought we had a general collection of other shit too, besides the big items.
Uh-huh.
But I thought,
Damn, you guys did better than your brother did.
yeah, because I thought it was like, yeah, you got a bunch of random shit, but then there was like these couple like goodie items.
So, fair market value, he got about 11,000 in items and you got about 9,000 in items. Just counting the random shit you guys snatched and grabbed there.
I thought you said we rolled better.
Yes, you only got 1d10 because he was spending his whole time grabbing shit. You guys rolled better than he did. He rolled a 1 and a 10.
Okay.
Y'all were getting good shit. He was getting the cheap shit because you were keeping him away from the good shit.
So
I mean, you're all getting even shares after all. That's what I heard earlier.
well, right, of course.
No, we were getting 60. He was getting 40 because we were doing all the work.
No. We're getting 70 and he's getting 30.
Damn.
We did all the work. Hey, we did all the work. We kept his ass alive.
Did all the work. Who got you the job in the first place?
Right, which is why he's getting 40.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
whose
who killed
crew
all
and
the
whose
shit?
ship is getting him off this rock?
Well,
And
Out
who
from
came to
trouble.
who?
at this point, you're all like big families, so it's all one crew.
Yes,
By
we
the
are
way,
one
Alina's
crew.
staying out of all these negotiations. I'm just mitigating.
So that's the like base starting price on this stuff, or
That's the fair market value.
fair market value? Okay.
So you have this Duros. He's all excited to hear about the items you have. Are there any of the extra items that you personally have that you're wanting to throw in for value?
Well, there's
Like the
paint
lightsaber
harness,
crystal, the pain harness.
I already threw in the pain harness. I don't have any extra crystals to be getting rid of.
Right? Yeah, so paint harness, whatever that's worth. And then didn't you pick up a dead saber or something? Or no? Oh no, I'm thinking the other game.
You're kidding? At this point, I have like 5 or 6 sabers, but I'm not getting rid of any of them.
He's got quite the collection.
So I guess we just have an extra paint harness to add in there.
Yeah, we didn't get any. Oh,
I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Just
didn't
busy
Janong
shooting shit.
also find a dead lightsaber hilt?
I thought
No.
somebody did.
Yeah, it wasn't me, but I think Janong did.
Yeah, Janong found one.
Now, whether or not he's parting with that, I don't know.
Just in case you're wondering what the price was.
Aha.
I mean, this one has authentic Sith blood still caked on it, so it could be worth more.
Nice.
Okay.
Ew.
And it's like ancient. They might have to data check it and find that it's like really, really, really ancient.
I
Makes
mean,
more valuable.
maybe you could clone a Sith off of it or something.
There you go.
So I have to disrupt for just one moment just to share this because I lolled just now. So my buddy Paul posts on Facebook that the 3 places he posts the 3 places I used to get pig ear from no longer have it. One place went out of business and the other 2 stopped serving it. One person replied and said, "Might try the Desert Pet Store on 22nd."
Oh, no.
To which he replied, "Not for my dog, for me."
You know, when Paul first posted that, I thought that's what he was talking about, was the dog pig ears.
Oh, you actually know Paul, huh?
Yeah.
That's right. I keep forgetting with such small circles.
And by the way, sweetie, not that Paul.
Okay. It's not the Paul in Sierra Vista.
Nope. It's the Paul in San Diego. At least that's where we see him most of the time.
Then I probably do know him.
Yep, but I'd have to like show you his face, and that would take too much time.
I'm terrible with names. I'm like horrible with names, but faces I'm much better with.
Okay, so what is the plan as he gives you coordinates to meet him?
Go in cloaked. Oh, wrong series. I'm going to stealth the ship.
Well, she's got to negotiate final pricing that we're willing to accept too.
Well, that will have to wait till he can see the wonderful items, of course.
Oh, well, that's fine. That works better anyways. So, yeah, let's meet. Where are we going? What planet?
As he asks, basically, where are you guys now currently?
We'll get there.
Just give him we'll just give him a general
quadrant of the entire world,
how long
the entire
system. And we'll tell him to be there 1 hour after Janong says we'll get there.
Yeah, we would. It's like rather not disclose it this time.
Oh, very well, very well, very, very well. Well, if you feel up to it, are we planning to have a planet-side negotiation, or would you just like to dock ship to ship?
Planet side would probably be better.
Yeah, if we're docked ship to ship, if we need to bug out real quick, it's going to be hard to decouple and all that jazz. So.
Very well, and of course, he feeds out.
I think you cut out there, sweetie.
No, I was still there. I was just very quiet.
Okay.
He was thinking.
I was thinking. So, have you ever been to the J-Law system?
I don't know.
I don't know if I recall that one.
It's not familiar. Would that be a piloting or a astrogation role?
Yeah, totally would be an astrogation role.
Or outer rim or something like that. I'm assuming it's outer rim.
It's actually mid rim.
Yeah.
We've got a droid that's really good at astrogation, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent.
But as to whether I've been there or not, I don't know. Would I roll for that?
That would be for you to decide. The role would be if you know what the hell the planet's about.
Okay, I'm going to do...
You've been to so many planets, you don't remember them all.
Exactly. I don't.
Go ahead and roll when ready. So you do recall, yes, you've been in that system.
Okay.
You recall there was that water planet with those aquatic species with the tentacles on their head.
I'll let the guy go. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I've been there before.
Excellent. So if you wouldn't mind coming there, I'm currently on vacation, and I'm enjoying a few of the cruise ships that are on the planet. But, of course, I wouldn't want you to, have to deal with the Nataloan, bureaucracy, as they call it. As you just get the scuzzy rich man giggle. How about we meet at somewhere a little off kilter than the planet Glee Anselm? And basically, from what you recall, it's like a jungle ocean planet. It's got some of those Nataloans on there. It's like that Jedi. It's got the tentacle heads. He looks like the adult version of the baby from Men in Black.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant, baby.
How about if we meet on one of the moons out there?
All right. I would have had Janong check the charts and stuff.
What is he checking the charts for?
Like, you know, what's
Astrogation.
around there, the astrogation.
Okay, so I just shot you the picture. Go ahead and give me your astrogation check.
Oh, it's those guys.
Yeah, those guys.
I know who you meant.
I know, I was just telling the rest of the class.
I wasn't thinking that one. I was thinking other dudes. So.
Okay, so you ready for
that one? I wasn't even paying attention, honestly.
astrogation?
Yep. Go ahead and roll. Okay. I'm waiting for a roll. I'm like, you said you wanted to do it, so go for it. So you know the coordinates he gives you when you pull up the astrogation are basically to a small lifeless planet that's in the system. Little more than a floating hunk of rock.
Well,
all right.
Janong to scan before we get there.
Hold it. He wants us to. Okay. All right. So, yeah, definitely have him do a just scan in the area.
Well, we have to get there first.
I mean, literally, it's known for being just a lifeless rock. Which is kind of interesting that he's going to have you go to a small, lifeless rock to do your trade. Yeah, probably requires you guys to have breathing masks if you're outside your ship.
Yeah, I am.
So you guys heading out there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a nice handy-dandy astrogation check. So what are you saying to your brother, Uma, when he's like, let's go sell to the huts?
Let's not.
But they're the best buyers out there.
Yeah, but they're not the only buyers.
And you guys kind of witness the super awkward family tiff happening when, he's like, you're just like Manx, always trying to find another buyer when you have a perfectly good buyer lined up.
Oh, I'm like, he compared me to Manx. I'm gonna...
And to the rest of y'all, you're totally getting the idea that they're definitely siblings. And maybe they're both a little bit of Manx, just saying.
I am nothing like Manx.
Right. So I'm like, look, you want those bastards to find you? We can go sell to the huts. They'll be on you, and we'll turn you right over to them. Or we can go sell safely.
He totally will go along, but he's just giving Uma crap.
And Zurich's saying that while keeping me off him from beating the pulp out of him.
Damn. Okay, so are you saying anything about your buyers that you lined up?
I would say that tell him that all he needs to know is that we have buyers lined up.
As he just gives you grief that that's a terrible way of doing business. Have you vetted them? Are you sure they're decent buyers?
Absolutely.
I have a contact that recommended them.
Okay, so he'll just busy himself with cataloging these great things that you guys, I mean, not he, but you guys found. As he totally wants to ask Alina why we didn't take the holocron.
He wants to ask, or he did ask?
He did ask.
Okay.
He's not going to ask Uma for permission. He's just going to talk to Alina.
We tried to extract it from that contraption that was holding it and just couldn't break it apart. Decided to get out of there before wasting too much more time, lest your friends get suspicious.
It sounds almost mechanical, but he'll buy it.
Mm-hmm.
He'll buy that for credit. And a lot of the things you see him labeling, by the way, he is mislabeling horribly.
Oh, jeez.
Just saying. His gold dice did not like him today. So during your trip, I mean, it's mid-rim, so you got like a good 16 to 20 hours. Anything special you want to do in transit?
Rest.
Yeah. Spend as little time as possible with Avo.
And is anyone...
Wow.
And that was not just because I got jumped on by a cat. So, Uma, how are you avoiding your brother, by the way?
Probably in my cabin or have the deck closed off. Or the cockpit.
Oh shit.
What is Zarek plotting? I sense a Zarek plot.
Oh no, I'm not plotting. I'm like, we just have the Kevorkian, don't we? What's his healing abilities?
He's actually pretty good. You have access to his sheet.
Because I got at the brink, so I really need to get rid of that because that's suffer one strain each time you perform an action, and that doesn't say it runs out.
Nope.
That's right. Well, this is why we got Kevorkian. Yes. Although we always had Janong do the role.
Because Janong would be better with it.
Yeah. He uses him as an assistant versus
so the whole thing. What rank of crit is this you're wanting him to heal?
That's a 3 purple.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll for his medicine if you guys want. Or you can. You should have total access to it.
Go for it, Zarek.
Yeah, it should be. He can be edited and controlled by all players. I've got your 3 purple in there. This way it's you rolling, not me screwing you over. I mean, you rolling and not me doing it. So you have an upgrade there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it in there for you.
All right, let's see. Where's his medicine? All right. That's not bad. Ready?
Yep. I mean, 3 gold. Okay. He basically tells you to not be walking on that injury for any time soon, but here's the required repairs that you need. And he does the whip stitch with his surgical fingers to heal you up.
Yep. All right. As long as it's gone.
Your vital fluids are more important on the inside.
I'm gonna need some wound healing.
Okay, so a regular medicine check. And how low are you?
I am down 5.
Out of 14, so you're better than half.
Uh-huh.
So that's just 2 purples, right?
Yep. And we're having Dread Dude do it, yes.
Yep, so go ahead and roll Kevorkian's medical. As apparently Kevorkian is stressing out, and I will totally give him some strain. But you get 3 wounds back.
I will take it.
It's all fun and games until Janong isn't here to fix him and he blows a fuse.
Right. Like, oh, you wanted to end your life. Thank you. You made my day.
Thank you for using the suicide booth option.
Speaking of that, have you seen, is it Switzerland or Sweden? Sweden, I think. They have basically suicide pods.
Yeah.
No, I hadn't.
Yes, they'll deliver it to basically whatever location. You have to, go through a screening, answer questions, and then when it comes out, wherever they put the pod at, and it's kind of spacey looking, nice little spacey pod, nice window to look out at whatever scenery or view you want. And then when you get in it, you have to, again, verify who you are and answer some questions. And then basically it seals and floods with nitrogen.
Excellent.
And then you just kind of go to sleep.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's that.
So in the original Game of Life, it was a checkerboard rather than the game board that we all know and love.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the squares on the checkerboard was commit suicide, and it had a picture of a guy hanging.
Damn.
Oh my God! I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna have to look this up.
That's pretty
I did not know
dark.
that.
Let's see.
I did not know
Do
that.
an image search.
That's awesome.
You lose at the game of life.
Yeah, you're the biggest loser.
Originally called the checkered Game of Life.
That's awesome. Yeah, that would not go over in today's society.
Nope.
So, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. I think it's Sweden that has the pod, so I think that's who has that they're working on and putting out.
Yeah, so I already found a picture here.
I'm looking at.
And it's basically the second to last column, third to last row.
Suicide, yep. And there's a guy with a hanging himself from a tree.
Hanging from a tree.
Oh,
yes.
look! There's jail and prison.
What year was this?
1863.
Yeah, 1863.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Fat office.
When we didn't sugarcoat everything.
See here, I was Googling the suicide pod.
Oh, yeah.
Which
They're
you're right,
neat
it's
looking
totally
pods.
a Star Trek looking pod.
Yeah, they're pretty badass looking.
I would think that's a cryopod instead of a death pod.
Right? Well, yeah, that'd be a bad mistake to make. Is this the cryo or the death pod? Which one is it?
And it comes in purple.
Yeah. They're very aesthetic.
Oh dear God, apparently 3D printed suicide pods are now legal in Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know why it's legal in Switzerland? Because they pay their citizens, so they might as well see if they can shorten the payroll. I mean, it's kind of nice when your government pays you for just being a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're like, sure, let's get some income back. So you guys rest, relax. Kevorkian does his job on you, poking you with needles, stitching your wounds up. Uma's living in her cockpit.
We occasionally bring her food and water, pass it through a small pipe.
As you see her all frumpy facing, I'm not Minx.
And it's funny. I told RG 3E that to follow Avo around to keep an eye on him. Just follow him everywhere.
We'll start asking Avo stories about his and Uma's childhood and a little bit more about Manx and.
So Uma,
Yeah.
Reggie, what's his discipline?
Hold on. Is he on my sheet? Or does he have his own sheet? Hold on, let me go back.
He was on your sheet last I saw.
No, R3C6.
Yeah, I don't have access to him.
I don't have access to him.
Oh no, that's Garrick's character.
Oh,
that's not.
No, it's his NPC.
R3C6 is Gareth's character. Remember when he used to play?
Oh yeah, but that's right. Okay, that's right. But I'm like, it was under NPC, so if it was R3 R. Okay, hold on. Let me bring up switch back to my sheet and.
Though I find it funny you still have Klex on here, even though I'm not playing him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to run into him.
Apparently you never put him on your companion sheet.
Well, no, he was going to be my character, depending on what Janong ended up doing. When we restarted this, it was like we didn't have a tech guy, so I was going to do Klex. And then Janong's or JC's like, oh, I'm gonna do.
Well, he's not under companion. So
yeah, Clicks Demundi would have been fun. He's a Jawa Jedi.
Ooh, teeny.
Nice. Which is a and he's a what the hell was he? He's a what was his specialty? Sentinel Artisan.
Ooh, so by the way, for the record, your droid's discipline is 1 purple.
You're 1 purple?
1 purple.
How in the hell do you have a 1 purple?
Because standard astromech droid only has 1 willpower.
1 green.
Well, it's purple when it's used against someone's charm.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, by the way, your astromech that you sent to follow him everywhere is totally a fanboy of his with his stories.
I saw that coming.
And he is totally telling your angry little droid all these stories about how angry you are and how that's where he got it from.
Oh, that droid.
Oh, shit.
And he has no problem telling the crew stories about you, by the way.
I'll every now and then if I pop out and I hear this like lies.
Oh, she does exist outside the cockpit. She does exist outside the cockpit.
I'm like, Ed 2 R2.
What? He's very complimentary. He does well with mothers and droids.
Mothers and droids.
Like, who fixed you up?
Is that like on the like the pet adoption registry? Like, how is he with droids? How is he with males, females, other droids?
As the case may
Does
be.
he play well with others?
I still want to play Clicks. Clicks is going to show up in one of your Star Wars games.
So you guys are heading close to the lifeless rock that has just a thin wisp of an atmosphere and gravity.
We're having Janong scan well before we get with to the planet, to the rock.
Yeah,
life form scan. Oh, and I can use my sense because I now have extreme range on it. So.
Wow.
And are you guys arriving on time, early, or late?
Early.
Excellent idea.
Yeah, what she said.
As all of a sudden the dog in the hallway growls. Okay, so somebody's gonna do a scan of the area, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not
that would be Janong.
Janong. He's busy tinkering. He's just like, go sell the stuff. Don't get ripped off.
Yeah. Making sure there's no mass number of ships or anything weird in the system.
Okay, so go ahead and blast your sensors.
And I'm assuming the guy gave us a registry for their ship.
Well, he gave you an identification code.
Right.
Who has the best computers other than Janong? Because it's not I.
2 green.
Not I.
Shit, I'm too green as well.
Yeah. I'm shooty, fighty.
I'm fighty force usy.
Yeah, and I'm like shoot and fly. Okay, well then I'll risk it. We're not gonna do well because we all have the exact same.
What's your
And he already
estimate, computers?
Yeah, well, I
Bobby
don't
has at
have
least
him on
one
my
yellow.
sheet. It's not
Just
under
guessing.
companion, so
It's in your gems.
What's that?
What's the Astromix computers? Sure, it's gotta have at least one yellow.
He's good with letting you guys make the roll.
Ah.
He's too enthralled by
Avo.
Mm-hmm.
You did tell him he was going to have to follow him around everywhere.
Yeah, keep an eye on him.
I do remember you saying follow him everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. All I can do is help you to add a blue.
Well, then let's do that because that's our best option.
We're staring at the panel, pushing buttons that say scan, blend, puree. Oh wait, no, the one over here. Sorry. Mix. There we go. That's the button we want.
Okay, ready?
And I think I saw him pull this fuse over here or something once.
Jim?
Yep, I'm ready.
You didn't add my blue. Not that it would help.
What blue?
Because Janong City was, or not Janong, Xeric City was assisting. So, yeah. I can't scan shit.
Okay, go ahead and click the roll button and it should roll your blue for you. There could be a success.
Just the plain roll button, right?
Yeah, just the D20. Don't add anything. I already got the blue dice
Up
in there
the very
for you.
top.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me. One blue.
Yep.
No, it put two in there. I only have one.
Okay, sweetheart. I already had a blue, so you added a second blue.
Okay, then let me deselect.
And then just roll, yeah.
No, just take that for success, and all right, that works too, I guess.
Okay, so you have one threat for a strain and one success.
Yeah, and then I knew I shouldn't have flipped that breaker button.
As he clicks that button, it's like, I thought that was a good thing. As you guys don't realize, but you sent out this massive sensor sweep that just blasted you guys on everyone's systems. The whole sector knows you're here.
Lovely.
Whether that's a good thing, a bad thing. The important thing is, you go to the coordinates, you sweep over it, you find out it's basically, yes, a giant lifeless rock, that you probably want to wear a breather, because any strenuous activity without said breather will probably cause you to have to do a resilience check, and you'd hate to keep failing a bunch of those.
True enough. All right.
So with your success, you sweep the planet. You zip over your place that you need to go to a couple times, maybe one time too many.
Yeah, apparently.
As what is your game plan?
So we're arriving first. And when they arrive, maybe we should be out of... We don't have Janong because he's good at gunnery, I think. Or Zarek is. We could have somebody with the ship's guns.
I can
out.
do that. I've got 5 green.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So you can be covering us. We'll be out and, in between the ships. I've never done this type of negotiation, so I'm not exactly sure of the protocol.
It's time for aggressive negotiations. Negotiations at the end of a lightsaber. What?
Right? Well,
that or we invite him, just him, onto the ship to view the items.
I was going to say, we probably want to wait at the ramp and invite him to the ramp of the ship or whatever.
Yeah, and then so let's do that. So when they get close to the ship, we'll tell them to he can come aboard and view the items, inspect them before the deal is finished.
Yeah, and I wouldn't sit with the turret powered up.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
Well, scans.
I'm kidding. I'm also going to be when they get within, range. I'm going to definitely use my sensibility.
Okay, so from a certain point of view, Bip. So here is y'all ship and y'all, and this is said lifeless planet. So anything in particular, since you are arriving early, that you're doing?
Captain,
you wanted me on the turret, right?
Well, we're just gonna let's have them on the turret, but don't have it powered up for when they land, just in case of shenanigans. Otherwise, I say they come to. We'll radio them and say, you just you can come aboard and look at the items.
Okay, so just like on clockwork, they show up right at the correct time. So I have to go put them back on the map now that I hid them from you. And you can clearly see, Zarek, by the way, their ship is heavily armed.
So much for vacation.
No, it's just that one should always come well armed on vacation. I mean, don't you know there was a war going on out there. It's not safe to be flying around.
I'm assuming it's not a transport type ship or anything.
Nope, it's basically like a converted pleasure cruise, pleasure yacht ship that's been geared out with a little extra weapons and speed.
Interesting. Ouch.
Yeah, I'm not sensing anything. I'm not going dark for that. No way.
Did I mention the planet was a lifeless rock? I know the Force is supposed to go through everything, but still, it's a dead, lifeless rock.
Yeah, but they're alive. I could sense for other living beings.
How far out is your sense now, by the way?
Extreme.
Oh. As the dog
So
reiterates the noise I just made.
So that would be like a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, I've been plunking points into that for a little while now.
Extreme is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. So
focusing so much on like Charu Striker, whatever it's called, and then Hunter. And I was like, I really should look into what I can do with some of my Jedi powers. And I looked into Sense, and I was like, ooh, holy shit! I need to start dumping points into this.
Yeah, no, there's good stuff either side of the tree. My Jedi General, I went with the defensive side though, because he was more combat.
Yeah, I'm actually putting some points into the other side of Sense as well, but I'm going to shift gears now, like I said, to get that other dedication.
Yeah.
And then I'll jump back into Sense for a little bit before moving on to what was I going to move on to next? 4C and Farsight.
Ooh, those are good ones.
Make Jim work.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so you see he's got a couple Duros with blaster rifles. They kind of they don't menace you guys or anything, but they kind of take a look-see. They kind of spread out because, hey, they've never done business with you.
A couple? That ain't a couple.
That's two couples. These Duros, you can see they've got the built-in oxygen masks. It's basically the type that you see. I just blanked on the bounty hunter's name. Cad Bane.
Breath mask?
Oh, Cad Bane. All right, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the built-in cybernetic breather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These four have that. Maybe there's a reason why this guy likes to come out there. And basically you get the ping from the ship from your client, Garvis Das. I am here to see the merchandise. May I bring my assessor droid with me?
I nod at her. That's fine.
Yep.
Just be aware that my ship is under orders if you were to do anything untold like a space pirate to kidnap me. They are to fire upon your ship and cripple it.
Nothing will go wrong. Well, you won't have any problems on our part.
Yeah. Theoretically, nothing will go wrong.
There'll be no problems, in theory. To which, all of a sudden, this very, very large Duros. It's rare that you see, gangly, overweight Duros, but this is definitely one. As he comes plodding out with his assessor droid, looks like one of those fancy, protocol droids.
Mm.
Yes.
Stretched him out, made him fat.
I'm cheating. How you like that?
Nice.
What just happened there?
He stretched out one of them to make him fat, and then turned one, made a copy of another, and made it gold colored. So
save. Okay. That's called GM cheats to save from having to make minis. And he kind of walks over. He's got this nice, bottle of canister air under his arm, and he's huffing on the little mask. Oh, this is such a beautiful, lifeless rock. Because he's bipping you on the comms, being all annoying as he walks over. So please show me these wares as he comes walking up to your ship. And now, do all of you have breathing masks on, by the way?
Would I need one inside of the ship?
Not if you're inside the ship.
Yeah, I'm on that cannon. It's not powered up, but I'm sitting on that cannon until Captain tells me otherwise.
So my battle armor is sealable, so
I have one.
Do you have one as equipment, or are you going to be paying a light side for it?
I'm sure the ship has several.
I mean, you have 3 light sides, so I was just asking.
I'm like, hold on, I'm getting to the inventory.
And do you have one for your brother, or is he stuck on the ship?
Waiting on the ship. He's waiting on the ship.
Well, apparently I'm spending one.
Yes, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, because mine wouldn't fit you.
Nah.
I do have a breath mask as well, but my suit's sealable. So.
Now our ship is equipped with it now because I spent the.
And do you really want to use his breathy mask?
Of course, she loves me.
As she has to pick out some hair she just inhaled.
I go through a firefight for Zarek. Walk through firefight.
Of course you would, but would you breathe his breathing mask with his muzzle hair on it?
If that was the only choice in death, yes.
See.
Okay, so he comes up and he's like, "Please show me to your wares."
All right, we escort him on, and because we have them on the ship near the
loading bay.
And he will gladly go on the ship with you. I made the ship a map so that way you can totally do your thing.
Yep, follow him up.
Okay, and he seems very interested about your ship. And so when you let him in on the ship, and I'm assuming Janong and the big-ass droid are trying to stay out of the ramp.
Yeah.
Yes, they've made it on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So who is the one that will negotiate? And your brother, of course, will immediately step forward if you're not quick enough.
Just for curiosity, what is his skill in?
It's good at making himself money.
Yeah, I'll be taking care of that.
He negotiated onto your ship, didn't he?
Oh.
Okay, so his assessor droid starts doing its thing. You know, it's cataloging things. It's speaking in binary, so it's kind of creepy. If only Janong was here to translate.
Right.
Reggie's there.
Yes, but he's busy in a project.
He can't be bothered with such things.
He's working on your engines right now. So he kind of comes by and he basically gets this little data pad from his, introductory droid, who basically is telling him what each of the items is, the authentic pain harness, the scriptures of this, the sculptures of that, yada 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 yada. And he's looking at this list and he's very excited about it. It's like, oh, this will look excellent in the foyer. Ah, yes, these scrolls will look good on my ship. It'll give it an air of dignity.
Gravitas.
And so where is everyone on the ship at this exact moment?
I am right behind Uma, wherever she's at.
Well, let's see here. If they're there, I guess I'm here.
Okay, and we got Alina on the gun turret.
Yep.
Anywhere particular you got Reggie?
Let's see. He's gonna probably. I can't move him. He's probably gonna be in here.
There, you can now move him.
I'd probably have him over in here, in this area, to in case we need him. Also, because Avo's nearby.
Okay, interesting.
I am looming.
Okay, so as all of you guys are sitting there with the client, a few minutes pass, they're going through the things. He's getting ready to start negotiating with you. And he starts, he whips out his list and he kind of hands you the list of the itemized items to make sure that, yes, the list is correct. Are there any other things that you might add on to the list before we begin our negotiation?
These are the only things up for sale at present.
And that's including the harness, right?
The paint harness, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like, very well. Well, let us... And he kind of like gestures for his droid to move a box for him to sit on. Shall we begin our negotiations?
Very well.
Will I be negotiating with the Genk? Or with
Me.
you, lovely lady?
You will be negotiating with me.
Ah, excellent.
Based off of our own cataloging, we think that the market prices for all of the stuff that we're selling has how much?
It's up top here.
Yeah, like what,
20,
11?
Like 20 grand total was the total.
20K.
Yeah.
All right. So
after the paint harness.
And that's before the paint harness.
Without the paint harness.
And the paint harness was like 3,500.
Yeah.
Brand new. I mean, this one's used. Its energy source is practically depleted.
But it came from an ancient temple.
Where it was actually used.
And does Zarek say this, by the way?
No.
Sure.
That's nothing.
If Zarek says that, how much for the coordinates for this temple?
That's not one of the items up for sale right now. But if you care to no less than 50K for the items.
And he just laughs at you. 50,000 credits. I like you, little too. I like you're cute, and it's not just your little Leku. And while he's basically getting shop talk, what are you having done with your brother, by the way?
Well,
are you making him watch and suffer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he in the room or is he listening on comms in a different room?
I don't know. Where is he?
You're the captain, Uma. You tell me. You don't need to see him on the map. Just tell me.
I probably would have told says Reggie, you and Avo stay in there.
So he's sitting over at the table here, huh?
Uh-huh.
Listening on comms.
Poor bastard. Okay, so immediately, he's getting down to negotiate with you, and he kind of laughs away your $50,000 quote. I could practically hear, Zarek getting stressed. 5 times what the items are worth?
I didn't say a thing, man.
Not 5 times.
Not 5, double.
2.5.
But still.
And anyways, you're always supposed to start higher because you're gonna wind up negotiating down.
Well, higher, but holy cow, yeah. Well, you're
250% of its value. That's
I'm tired.
So go ahead and give me a negotiation roll.
And I'm looming.
Yep.
And
what does that mean?
She gets 3 advantage if she makes the roll. Double check here. Yeah, advantage per rank in coercion. I have 3 ranks in coercion, so.
So 3 blue?
No. 3 advantage to the roll.
Holy Jesus shit. Christ, how many reds were you tacking on there?
I just added 1 extra. So
1 success, 4 advantage, and a despair.
So he begins to
he wants that temple.
negotiate with you. And yeah, I think for the despair, that's going to be the thing he wants. Now, you won't get your 50, mind you.
No, I'd get 100K.
If you had a triumph, sure.
No, that's I would have charged way more if that was on the table.
And what would you like to use your advantage for?
I get a blue added to my next roll.
Well, you got 4.
Yeah, because he gave you 3 advantages on top of that one, so...
Right, you got 4 total.
Oh, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. that's what Zarek was saying.
I thought he said, okay, so...
No, it's per rank in my coercion. If you make the roll, you get 3... So you get 3 advantage on top of whatever else.
I want to give my next roll a blue and him a black.
Oh wow! Okay,
and take
so
the strain back. That still leaves you 1, right? So
I'm already.
Oh, okay.
So Zarek, since you're looming. I mean, you're looming after all. Might as well have something out of it. Do me a favor and roll me a perception or vigilance.
I think my perception. Vigilance is. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
As you're too busy watching the negotiators negotiate and being there to loom, unfortunately, you missed some very subtle things that were happening and going on. As he gladly will mark down on the sheet that he will pay you 24,375 credits for these items.
You mean 675?
24,675 credits. He will gladly pay that for you. And in exchange for getting you out of the trouble that you must be in, if you give him the location of the temple, he will make sure that you don't have to deal with any of the aforementioned legal disputes. And at that moment, when Alina's up in the turret, you clearly see a patrol fighter kind of like loom over your ship, just enough to cast a shadow on top of you.
I will radio the captain, let her know we've got company.
Oh, so he called them. They're working for him.
Do you say that?
I was like, are these always your negotiating tactics?
And he just puts his hand to his heart and he looks aghast and he says, "Excuse me, I came here in good faith to buy these priceless items. It's not my fault you sweetened the pot about telling me about a lost temple of the Jedi."
I said nothing of the sort.
And if you think, and he looks over at his companion there, and immediately the droid kind of perkily pops out that it is a Sith but Imperial patrol craft, designation CD579, according to our crew back at the ship, who informed us they were coming around the orbit. I can confirm the regulatory fees have been paid, so we will not be dealt with harshly by them. As he just, I made sure to pay my fines in advance so I don't have to deal with these Imperial problems. I understand, though. It could be quite expensive for a bunch of Jedi temple hunting treasure finders if they were to run into the Sith Empire. I wouldn't want that to happen to you, Uma. If you'd only give me the location to the temple and allow my droid to verify it with your navigation records.
Well, you will not be joining up with my computer, but I will give you coordinates. I'm going to give him coordinates from one of the other locations that Avo, you know how it was the 3 locations?
Uh-huh.
They're all temples.
Yeah.
Just not the one we went to.
Okay. So that's going to be Uma that goes to the cockpit to get that information?
Well, yeah, because Avo has it. Actually, no, he gave all of them to Janong.
Yeah.
So I can get it from the computer.
But do you have to go to the cockpit to get it, or can she pull up on a terminal?
I can just have Reggie pull it up for me.
But she's wanting to doctor it, though, right?
No. I'm going to give him coordinates for one of the other temples.
For one temple.
That's what I'm saying, is you're doing it for just one. So if you pull it up, you're pulling it up. That's what I'm saying, is you're gonna doctor it so it's just one location. Not because remember, your record is 3 spots. So if you give him what you've got, he's got all 3 spots.
This guy's already hacked into my ship, isn't he?
Why do you think that? He hasn't hacked into anything.
No, Jim's saying that, not the guy.
I'm saying if you pull up the file, it's 3 locations. If you want to delete some, that's doctoring the record, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not doctoring the record so much as just taking a single coordinate. It's like putting, notepad note. Yeah, it's like getting a phone number off and giving it to you on a jump drive.
Okay.
Not giving her her whole contact list.
So go ahead and
Copy and paste.
Give me a computer's roll for that.
Okay.
That's what I was getting at. Is you're basically look, Alina's making sure that the light side of the force is on her side.
Okay. Here goes nothing. Yeah!
Boy,
that light side didn't do anything.
What to do for those 3 threats? Uma's having a hard time with dice today.
Yeah, but I succeeded.
So you succeed. There may be some
almost another despair, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to have a long-lasting relationship with this guy, one way or another. As you give him the location, and his droid kind of like eyeballs it and tells him what planet and location that is.
A location. Not the location. I gave him a location.
Yeah, you totally gave him a location from your computer with your IP address. Janong's so going to get crap for not showing up today. As you give him the coordinates, and he's like, he's going to have his droid verify this. Could you allow my droid to confirm with your astrogation?
No, you're not linking up to my computer.
Well, I understand this is our first business arrangement, but I want to be merely on the up and up with you. As
he can verify those coordinates, and I can verify what the planet is. He has the coordinates.
He doesn't like how unfriendly you're being. So, Alina, you can totally verify that the Sith patrol ship is landing between your ships.
Wait, is it a Sith patrol ship or an Imperial patrol ship?
It is a Sith Empire patrol ship.
I'll radio to the captain. The Sith ship has landed between us.
It's like I gave him my end of the deal. I gave him the coordinates, and he has the stuff. I mean, and we agreed on that ridiculous price. So
You mean 5% over what fair value is?
Yes. But let's face it, it's ridiculous compared to, what he was also getting.
I mean, you could always open a curio shop and get full price for it.
Yeah.
So he proceeds to start tapping his wrist again. And this time, Zarek, who missed it the last time, realizes he's communicating by tapping his wrist brace.
Of course he is.
And he's got a small ear comm sticking out of his ear. As
with your friends,
he says, I'm dealing with the interlopers who have intruded upon our negotiation and added considerable expense to this transaction. But I wish you to feel at ease, Uma. Feel at ease that I am arranged everything with my captain of my ship and the captain of that Imperial patrol craft, that we shouldn't be hassled. We should just need a customary inspection. And he kind of rubs, his pointy little chin for a second, like, you know what that means, don't you? So if these are acceptable rates for you, I wouldn't want you to be feeling put out. If this amount is acceptable, we can go to my ship and you can get your credits when the items are loaded.
You drive a hard bargain.
Oh, I don't drive at all. That's why I have a captain.
Hold it. But he wouldn't have, he could, doesn't he have a credit stick?
Not on him. It's bad enough you could take him hostage. There's a bunch of space pirates.
Yeah, and he could take me hostage.
No, he's not.
Okay, let's do this.
It's not like there's been any despairs rolled.
Hopefully it's all the despairs that we're going to get. Maybe they'll roll some this time.
As he basically waits for you guys to load up everything, and do you agree to the 24,000 credits and the little change of 675?
Yes.
As he's very happy with some of his new items, including the new Sith pain harness. That's not new at all. And he will gladly walk with you back to the area. There's now, of course, a very intimidating, as I go to the draw button. Dun 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 dun. Sith patrol craft that probably has like 20 or 30 people on board it, parked right between you guys. And conveniently, there's a small group of guards outside and a single officer. And he basically waits for y'all to come to him instead of him moving to you.
But no Sithy looking dudes.
No, like actual true Sith. No, there seems to be just Sith Imperial Navy.
Okay.
And immediately he says, he offers his arm to Uma. Would you like to take his arm, Uma?
Yeah, I'll be polite.
Come with me, child, as your friends load up the items. Let us talk with the captain. And he kind of leads you over to the captain, and his droid, you can hear the droid kind of shaking and with nerves because, it's not its job. And he immediately presents himself. And this is my beautiful business associates, Uma. And he pretty much looks right at the Sith commander, and he says, what is the customary fine nowadays? I would like to pay the fine for Uma since she is here on business, and it would be unfair for a small business owner to have to affront such exorbitant fees that the Empire requires these days. And you can see him totally putting on an air for you. Totally.
You're too gracious.
And he pats your hand in a very, very grandfatherly, creepy way. And the Imperial officer kind of steps closer to you, further from his troops, who are totally eyeballing your crew going this way. And you guys are going to the other ship, right?
I'm still up.
Well, I don't know. I mean, so other people loading, I don't know how that's working because I would want to actually be with Uma, not.
Well, you're the labor staff, so.
Well, I wouldn't go to the ship until I would probably, if that's the case, then if I'm not with her, I'm going halfway and waiting. I'm not gonna.
These guys, you can totally tell from their body language, are not gonna go the other half of the way. They're waiting for you to load. They actually open the cargo ramp, so you can easily get it.
I'm not loading until the captain and Uma leave the Imperial ship.
Well, they're just outside the ship. They're right there at the front
of the Imperial ship, right?
Yeah. And
right. But I'm not gonna take it all the way to the other ship until I know that they're done over there and everything's kosher.
Okay.
So I'll go most of the way over to the other ship, wait and watch what's happening there before I finish moving it all the way over.
As he basically pats your hand, Uma, and he says, I assume my captain has already taken care of the original fees and processing charges. And the captain kind of does that very annoying Imperial nod. And he says, and he looks over and says, CB4, please communicate with the captain to pay a equal sum and he looks at the officer to see if that's the rate, and the guy kind of nods. He says, an equal sum for our business associates as part of our handling and service fees. And you see the guy kind of like puts his finger to his ear comm, obviously getting a confirmation that they're transferring credits. And he looks at Uma and looks over at Zarek standing out there in the open. He's like, could you please instruct your crewmen to finish the transaction?
I give Zarek the signal.
And then he looks at you and he says, I have altered the deal. Pray I don't
alter it further.
So while I was standing there looking, I assess the ship, the Imperial ship, to look and see if there's anything that looks askew with it. Like maybe it's an acquired ship that's been doctored.
No, you're pretty sure it's a legit Imperial ship.
Okay. I mean, it would be a really good scam, if you big of a business. That these are just a bunch of thugs pretending.
As all of a sudden you get a flashback to when you guys did that sensor sweep and the despair popped up. You totally fired off a big old signal that got a...
No, I know that, but it still doesn't mean that this guy couldn't have a scam running with an Imperial ship that they've acquired that,
So,
putting on this big front. So, okay, I will continue over.
He will pay your fine. The Imperial commander does ask one thing. He would like the crew of both ships to leave their ships so they may be scanned, and if they have documentation. Does everyone cooperate with that?
We have smuggling holes, and I'm sure we have the.
Well, he's scanning the crew,
paperwork.
Not the ships.
Oh, the screw. Okay.
As a tiny little probe droid comes out.
After 9, and I'm exhausted.
Okay, sweetie, do you guys cooperate? Yes or no? That's all I need to know.
Yes.
Okay, you guys. Alina, how are you not cooperating?
I will totally stealth and hide in one of the cargo holds on the ship and not exit it.
I'm hiding her signature.
Okay, now is part of the ship got shielded smuggling holds or just smuggling holds?
I don't think we have shielded.
I don't think you do either. I think they're just regular.
Yeah, but they're not scanning the ship. They're just scanning the individuals.
They're scanning the ship.
They're totally scanning the ship.
Oh,
So,
I'll leave the ship.
go ahead and, if you want to risk it, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
No, if they're scanning the ship, I'll leave the damn ship. This is not going to go well.
Okay. They basically have the probe droid come by as he asks each of you your names. The Duros are pissy about this, but they do their thing, and after an obnoxious long amount of time of being checked out, they basically take their blackmail money and they leave. Your client pats you on the hand. He says, unfortunately, this lifeless rock is usually less occupied than it has been today. I'm not exactly sure why the Imperials were here, but I'm so glad that we could transaction this business, and I so hope we run into each other again.
Yes. Well, it was interesting.
And they get back on their ship and they leave, and I'm assuming you're going to let the Imperial ship leave before, so that way they get some distance.
Yeah, that would be nice.
As you can totally feel that your ship has been scanned real hard. Good thing Janon came out with the rest of you guys to be accounted for. Okay, so we will say that is a good place to wrap it up. Things went really cattywampus on this sale.
So how many? So that 25 that we were talking about dealer that this session, right? So we're good.
Yeah, the 25 is including this wrap up. Yep, the successful end of the mission, and your brother is totally wanting have his cut of the cash.
Yeah, I mean, he gets 30%.
The mere fact that he's getting 30% is way better than the 1/5 share he thought he was getting.
See, you should have negotiated with him.
But he will gladly take his 30% off the top. Even though he's like, are you sure that guy didn't set us up? I don't trust that guy.
I don't trust you. But here we are.
I trust you implicitly.
The more, and I'm thinking to myself, the more fool you.
You totally could have
so sweet.
You totally could have turned him in as a rebel agent too. Okay, so that's a good place to wrap it up. What are you doing with your brother, by the way?
I'm gonna drop him off at the closest. Yeah.
Oh, as your
He's
ship,
lucky not the closest airlock.
As your ship takes off from the spaceport, he kind of like looks up and he's like, "Oh, Uma."
All right.
So, good night, guys. Good night, guys, and don't forget to deduct 30% from your take.
Yeah, that's what 7,402.
I'll do it later. I'm closing out.
Ah, boy. So anyway, yeah, that gun site is legit. So if you're interested in checking it out, like I said, my buddy's actually won
Skype
3 times.
Won't close again.
Oh, jeez.
It's because Skype is weird.
It's off, but it's not off.
That's weird.
Yeah, WoW does the same thing now, apparently.
Okay, I'm going to see if my headset will do it.
Now, did you just close the window, or did you actually hang up the call?
I hit the little red hang up button.
Yeah, it should have hung up then. That's weird.
Yeah, so I don't know what is going on. So let's try this again.
Hey, but at least I didn't get knocked off any time.
Right? Well, you actually took the half credit. Come on, round it down. For him, up for us.
Alrighty, guys. Have a good night.
Good night, Jeff.
Night.
Yeah, Dave, thanks for sending me that site.